Hi, it's Susan Brewer, and I'm here today to elaborate on some of our topics that we were talking about on enhancing your values. And one of the biggest impact items that you can do for your home, current home or new home, is landscaping. We're in a beautiful backyard of a client of ours that really had insight on how he was going to take this home to the next level. Let's meet Bruce. Bruce, thank you for inviting us here to your beautiful home, your fantastic backyard. And tell me kind of how this project all started. What were your thoughts?
Well, our thoughts, Susan, were basically to take advantage of the natural settings that we've got here in this Bluffs area overlooking the Missouri. We find this to be a peaceful setting, but yet we wanted to make it something that was very livable, that would also enhance the value of the home.
Great. And the value here, besides everything that you've done to make it work for how you live, you've really increased the values by taking all of the avenues, whether it be the landscaping portion of it, the drainage portion of it, the natural ability to work off of it. So you had the insight of basic things that you wanted to achieve. And then how did you get there? What was the next step?
Well, the first step was to select a landscape expert that could help us manage this terrain. One of the things about this beautiful terrain is the drop in elevation from the high point to the low point, and then how you manage the flow of water around that while designing a livable space that gives you the room to spread out and entertain and to enjoy the nature.
Right. That's a good point. And we're going to talk to the landscaper that you selected, that really you've enjoyed working the entire process through. I've known him for several years. So I think what we could say is you have to employ someone you trust.
Amen.
Someone that you feel comfortable that can take what your site plan is and really make it happen.
Not only make it happen, but enhance the design to where it's really livable. You know, one of the beauties of being on a hillside is the fact that you have a nice view down the valley. But if you've got small children or whatever, you need a bit of a barrier to make sure everybody understands where to stay inside. And Ted was invaluable in coming up with the ultimate design of how to make this safe, to make it livable, but also to make it seem natural to the setting.
Right. Good. We appreciate you allowing us to come into your house, to come into your yard, to come into this beautiful, quaint, private enclave of homes and really see how you've enhanced it. We're going to talk to Ted a little bit and find out kind of what happens from the time he gets that phone call from you till he makes this happen.
Well, thank you, Susan, for coming and allowing me to share. Joanne and I are really pleased with the outcome. And by the way, Ted could not have been more forthright and helpful and on target and on budget. So those are all things that were very valuable as well.
That's an extreme part of making any kind of home improvement, is to set your budget and understand where that budget is going to take you and what you're going to get.
Great.
Thanks, Bruce. Great customer, great client. I can't say enough about you and Joanne.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks. All right, we brought the expert in now to talk to him a little bit about everything that took place in Bruce's backyard here. First of all, Ted with TNT Lawn Services has serviced many of our properties for years and years and years on the grass cutting side. But we really wanted to make sure Bruce had the perfect person to help him through this project. Ted, tell us a little bit about what you do and how you made this all happen.
Sure. The customer, contacts us, and we set up an initial meeting with them to find out what their budget is, what their needs are, their expectations, and we take all that, go back to the drawing board, put a plan together for them, meet with the customer again, and once it's kind of approved and make some tweaks here and there based off what they want and what they've seen now on paper, we start the building process. And depending on the scope of the scale of the landscape project, a couple days, a couple weeks later, it turns into this beautiful design here.
Great. And I was totally impressed that you took this very plain, natural backyard and really worked it from start to finish. So from the basic lawn care portion to the construction portion to adding all the beautiful flowering plants, everything that you did to really make it fantastic. I don't know that every company can manage a project this big with as much preciseness in making sure that it all works together. So I know Bruce was thoroughly impressed with you on that process. And that's a big deal when clients are calling to have an improvement made to their house. I always say the first thing is making sure they pick the right contractor. The second thing is budget, and you were really able to work through a budget and keep him on track. So there was tweaking, I'm sure, with that as well.
Sure. Bruce was very involved. Bruce and Joanne were very, very involved with the whole layout of what they wanted. They had very specific plants, color that they wanted involved in the project here. And I love it when the customer gets involved. It makes my job a lot easier when they know what they want, and it's just really us just putting it on paper. And once it's on paper, the crew is does their work, and again, here it is. It's gorgeous. It turned out great, and
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't compliment you enough. I always say in my limited ability on landscaping, having something flowering at different times of the year really makes a big impact to the homeowner, and you've done a great job here.
Sure.
Thank you again
Pleasure.
for the opportunity to work with our clients,
Absolutely.
enhance their values, and really come out of this with a breathtaking yard for them to enjoy for years.
And not only that, but Bruce and Joanne they're just not customers, they've become good close friends to us now that we've spent a couple weeks with them putting this all together.
Good.
So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. If you have any questions about landscaping projects, any of those kind of things, feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Ted with TNT Lawn Services, and he can really help you make that amazing backyard that enhances the value but makes you love your home again.